to say is, what did the Muslim community neglected? So, we are warned in the Quran, one of the translation says that if you don't do the work of da'wah, I will substitute in your place another nation and they will not be like you. And we can see where countries, they start abstaining themselves from doing da'wah. And what happened? The non-Muslims ruled over there. Spain, India, and all that. So what I think is, and Rasulullah Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ballighu anni walau ayah." Below the message even is one verse. But today people have this concept of understanding that only the alim ulama do the work of da'wah. We can see certain part of the world people do not even know how to utter the kalima tayyibah. Now whose responsibility is that? Yes, brother Ibrahim, you can be here. There are certain people here, yes. Now what about those rural areas? People do not know how to utter the kalima. They haven't heard the azan for years. I'm coming to the question. So what I am asking Imran is, what is the duty of Ummat of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam on this current time? What is the duty? Because if we it is very short. Getting to the question, if we do not do this work, there is not going to be another prophet coming to the world. Our Nabi Karim sallallahu is the final messenger of God. So the whole world, the Muslim community, if you turn against Islam, there is not going to be another prophet coming. So whose duty is that work of da'wah is bestowed upon the Muslims? Please put your question. So my question is, Brother Ibrahim, kindly elaborate on this matter.
The question, if I understand you correctly, is who must preach Islam in this age? The answer is all of us must preach Islam in this age.
One answer. The next speaker, please. In your early speech, you mentioned the Dajjal and Surah Al-Kahf. Why was this surah chosen, especially for Allah Ta'ala, the only surah chosen to fight the Dajjal and not the other surahs?
It is the Prophet ﷺ who can answer that question really. The only information we have is that he who taught us about Dajjal, he said, recite Surah Al-Kahf for protection from the fitna of Dajjal. Recite the whole surah on a Friday and it will protect you until the next Friday. He told us that you would recognize the age of Dajjal. Very easy. How? Because Dajjal will have to impersonate the Messiah. The function of the Messiah is to rule the world from Jerusalem like Sulaiman alayhi salam and bring back the golden age. In order for the Messiah to do that, number one, he would have to liberate the Holy Land. Number two, he would have to bring the Jews back to the Holy Land. Number three, he would have to restore the state of Israel. And number four, he would have to take that state of Israel to become the ruling state of the world, and then he would rule the world from Jerusalem. This is the Messiah. When Dajjal is released, then you will see Dajjal doing all these four. And Dajjal will deceive the Jews into believing that this is the real thing. This is the return of the golden age. So when you see Jerusalem liberated from non-Jewish rule, which occurred in what year? 1990, very close. 1990, the British general, Allenby. And then you see the state of Israel restored in what year? 1948. And then you see the Jews coming back to the Holy Land from all over the world. You know. You're living in the age of Dajjal. You know that. Even before Britain liberated the Holy Land, Allah gave you a huge billboard of a sign that the time has now come for these events to take place. That the people who rejected Isa alayhi salam will now end their days by having to accept him. And then there's that. What is the sign? Someone else died like that. Pharaoh. So when the body of Pharaoh is discovered, you know, the time has now come. The body of Pharaoh was discovered what year? 1897. So from 1897 you should be watching like a hawk, watching the Holy Land, watching the Holy Land from 1897. What else happened in 1897? The Zionist movement was established in Europe in 1897. So you got to be blind. Really? You got to be blind not to see that the countdown has begun. That the Dajjal is in action now. That the Holy Land is going to be liberated soon from non-Jewish rule. That the state of Israel is going to be restored. That the Jews are going to be brought back to the Holy Land. And that Israel is going to become the ruling state in the world. In 1897, you could have stood up and said, these things are now going to happen. These things are now going to happen. And so you're living in the age of Dajjal. And he said, recite Surah Al-Kahf for protection from the fitna of Dajjal. Last night when I asked, all those who have been reciting Surah Al-Kahf on a Friday, put your hands up. You know how many people put their hands up? That is an indication. If you had spirituality, you will be doing it. If you had spirituality, you would have been reciting Surah Al-Kahf every Friday without fail and praying to Allah for protection from the fitna of Dajjal. Allah in His wisdom shows this surah, Surah Al-Kahf, to be the surah of all surahs which will explain Dajjal. Why did He do this? I don't know. But the answer to your question is, our response must be not only to read the surah, but also to study it, so that we can understand the strategies of Dajjal. This is why I am writing a book on the subject, Surah Al-Kahf in the modern age, but it's taking a long time to finish. My book on Jerusalem in the Quran is almost finished. It's got 210 pages at the moment. I need just another 30 or 40 pages, and that book will be finished with last night's lecture. Then I have to go back to Surah Al-Kahf to try to finish that book, inshallah.
That's good. Please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Brother Imran, after listening yesterday's lecture, I was a bit confused because the hadith that Brother Imran was quoting is also, there was a very long hadith. He also mentioned that how to perform prayers during when the appearance of Dajjal. So when all these events already took place or taking place, where is Dajjal? That's the question.
The hadith is, when Dajjal is a Surah Sahih Muslim, when Dajjal is released, he will live on earth for 40 days. One day like a year, one day like a month, one day like a week, and the rest of his days like your days. I said that it is only when his day is like our day that he will be in our world. This interpretation is confirmed because the companions asked, O Messenger of Allah, if we were to be in that day, which is like a year, how will we perform salah? He said, you have to calculate. In other words, the performance of salah in a day which is like a year would not be the same as the performance of salah in the day in which we are normally living. So this answer the Prophet ﷺ clearly demonstrates that when the Dajjal is in a day which is like a year, it will not be like our day. When he's in a day like a month, it will not be like our day. When he's in a day like a week, it will not be like our day. Where will he be? In a day like a month, and a year and a week. Yesterday we devoted attention to the geographical location. Namely, a day like a year, we said Britain, the island of Britain. Today let's look to the other side of the picture. Are there angels in this room now? Yes. There are hundreds of angels in this room now. Each one of us has 2 angels with us. Each one of us. Can we see them? No, we can't. But are they here? Yes, they are. Is the day of an angel like our day? Does an angel have Fajr and Zohar and Asr and Maghrib and Isha? No. The angel does not exist in that dimension of time. The angel is right here in this room. But the angel is not in that dimension of time in which we are. So the sun does not set for the angel. The sun does not rise for the angel the way it sets and it rises for us. And so if an angel is to perform salat, will the angel perform salat according to our timetable? No. If you were to go into that world in which the angel is, would you perform salat this way, according to this timetable? No. You would have to calculate. Can the angel come into our world? Yes. Jibreel alayhi salam came as a human being. Are there jinn in this room? Yes, they are. Can we see them? No, we can't, but they are there. Do they exist in our world? They are here in this room, but they are not in our world. Is their day like our day? No. We live 60 years, 50 years, 70 years, maybe 80 years. That's our lifespan. What about the jinn? The Prophet said, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, he says, يُبْعَثُ مَعَهُ شَيَاطِينَ, that shayateen or Satans are going to be raised with Dajjal. These are jinn who are kuffar. يُشَبِّهُونَ بِالْأَمْوَاتِ. these jinn who are kuffar will take the appearance of human beings.